Hello, it's January 30th, 2014. I'm David Pachuto, the Drunken Woodworker, and this is episode number 4 of Weekly Woodworking Wrap-Up Review. Lots to talk about today. We're going to talk about my stool, dealing with mistakes, table saw jigs, what's my favorite tool, fashion advice from you, the viewers, how much to charge for woodworking, some must-see crazy wood sculptures, a new hand plane company that introduces the tapered blade, and the weekly wrap-up of all the best YouTube videos. So, let's dive right in. First thing I want to talk about, my stool. I finished my shop stool. Chris Wong over at Flair Woodworks had a shop stool build off. The deadline has passed. All the stools are up on his website for you to view. Here's mine. It's nice and big. I built mine out of a half sheet of plywood, 4 foot by 4 foot sheet of Baltic birch plywood. I have a video coming out in the next couple days of how I built mine. It's pretty simple. I made templates for the front and sides of mine so I could build more of these down the line and easily repeat them. Mine doubles as a bar stool. I wanted something I could use in the shop, but I also wanted something I could make in the future and sell as a bar stool set. I think it would look really neat with some walnut plywood. Video is coming out in the next couple days. I did make a couple of mistakes on my stool. I started drilling the pocket holes in the wrong pieces. As you can see here, there are a lot of pocket hole screws. That's alright. You're allowed to make mistakes. You learn from them. Sometimes when you make a mistake, you learn to not do that thing again. So I got started with my new lathe. My buddy Sean came over, gave me some great pointers. We took a drumstick that I had laying around and we made a pen out of it. He basically said this is how you do it, and I did it. Chuck, can you zoom in on that so our viewers can see what's going on here? I like Sean. I like Sean even more. He gave me a gift. This is a little hand plane bottle opener. Check this out. Thank you, Sean. Follow Sean on Twitter. Sean is a fantastic woodworker. Mostly hand tool work. Let's dive into the emails. Oh, I got a ton of emails this past week. Thank you. And keep them coming. You can send your emails to david@drunkenwoodworker.com. I got a lot of suggestions on beers. A lot of you people happen to like beer as well, especially you Germans. I got so many German recommendations. Crazy. Today, it's a somewhat local beer. It's called Burning River. It's by the Great Lakes Brewing Company in Cleveland, Ohio. This is a handcrafted pale ale. Let's get into the emails. Matt writes, I always make mistakes. Then I throw something, and then I give up. How do you deal with mistakes? Mistakes make you better. As I mentioned earlier on my stool, I made a mistake. Best advice I can give you on mistakes is do not point them out. Many times if you don't point them out, nobody will notice. Another thing about mistakes is they make you a better woodworker. When you make a mistake, you are faced with a challenge. It's learning how to fix what you've done makes you a great woodworker. There's a great quote from Oscar Wilde. Experience is merely the name men gave to their mistakes. So you're going to make a lot of mistakes, Matt. I make a lot of mistakes. Everybody else makes a lot of mistakes. They just don't always point them out. It's how you handle the mistakes is what makes you a great woodworker. Instead of hiding it, draw attention to it. Somehow make that mistake part of the overall design. Sometimes mistakes will do that. They'll change the design scope of your project. And if you draw attention to it, it doesn't look like a mistake. It looks like art. Next question. This one comes from Jeremy F. I just got my first junk table saw. What do you think is the best jig sled to build for it? That's easy. You want a crosscut sled. That's the jig I use most. Here it is. I have the Kreg stop system on mine. You don't even need that. You just want something that runs at 90 degrees to your blade. It's something you're going to want to build. Your table saw probably came with this miter slot. And what you can do with this is screw on a piece of wood to it and then run that in the miter slot. And then that is going to do a lot of what a table saw sled can do. The advantage of having a table saw sled is always at 90 degrees. You don't have to go in and check every time. You can set stops for repeatable cuts. Also has a zero clearance over the blade. You get less tear out with it. You said you bought a junk table saw. Probably means it did not come with a push stick. Cut something out on the bandsaw or with the jigsaw. You need a push stick to push your wood through there, keep your hands away from the blade. Table saw scares the shit out of me. Not as much as the router, but it scares the shit out of me. And you have to respect it. And you have to be sober. This comes from Jake in Sacramento. What's your favorite tool to use? Don't act like you don't have a favorite tool. None of this I enjoy them all equally crap. What tool do you enjoy most and why? I ain't gonna give you no crap. Kind of offended by that. Don't give me this all equal crap. Ugh, Jake. Let's be friends, okay? Trust me. I'm going to give you two answers. The first answer I'm going to give you, you're not going to like, because it's not what you're looking for. My favorite tool is the computer. I love using the computer to design my projects, or pad and pencil. It's the creation part that is most fun for me in woodworking. But I have to say the computer and the pencil are my favorite tools. Now, the answer that you're looking for, the bandsaw. I love working on the bandsaw. I am on my third bandsaw and I'm very happy with it. It's a Grizzly G0555X. Before that, I had a Rikon 1035 or something like that. I had it for about 3 weeks. I hated it. It wasn't engineered very good. I sold that right away and got the Grizzly. Love the Grizzly. I feel like I can be more artistic with the bandsaw because I can cut straight lines, curved lines, I can cut angles. There's a lot you can do on the bandsaw. There you go, Jake. This was a weird one. Jason suggested that I wear plaid shirts. I hope this satisfies you, Jason. Jason was worried that I was blending into my background a little too much. Here we are. Kevin asks, how do I know how much to charge for the things I make? If you want to sell smaller, crafty type things, Etsy is the place to go. It costs a few cents to put it up there and then they take a transaction fee. I have struggled to figure out what the best prices are for my little bandsaw boxes. I want to sell them for $300. I've put them up there for $300. They didn't sell. So then I've gone down to $75. And then I sold too many. So I then found a price around $125 for the bandsaw boxes. You're not going to get what it is actually worth. You can't charge by the hour when you're just starting out. If you're making a dresser, that dresser is probably going to take you 30 hours to make. If you charged $40 an hour, that's one expensive dresser. You have to play around with it a little bit. Maybe start out low, maybe start out high, and see if people bite on it. If you're getting too many bites, raise the price. I know that's not a very straightforward answer. That's the best I can give you, is just play around. Around the web. I got an email from Michael Alm. A-L-M, Alm, Michael Alm. Maybe I'm saying that wrong, maybe I'm not. His sculptures are amazing. Look at this. These are absolutely beautiful. I have not seen anybody else do anything like this before. Please check out Michael's website. This stuff is amazing. Check out Picture Frames with Frank Howarth. His videos are crazy. He does a lot of stop motion woodworking videos. Sometimes he's not even in his videos. Brilliant stuff. He's in this one, and there's not as much stop motion with this one, but sprinkles it in at just the right times. Making some picture frames. It's a great video, great production. He's using a frame miter jig. I have made one of these frame miter jigs. You cut the right side on the right side of the jig, you cut the left side on the left side of the jig. They meet up to a perfect 90 degrees. It has a ruler on here. It has these little stops in a T-track so I can make repeatable cuts. If you're going to make picture frames, make yourself a picture frame sled. One of the reasons I really like the story is the photos that he's framing are photos of bridges, and the wood that he's using for the frames came from near these bridges. There's a great tie-in with the project and the artwork that he's actually framing. Check that out. I love the creativity of this video. It's a 3-sided lamp that the light escapes through the pocket holes that he makes. If you don't know what a pocket hole is, it's just an angled hole used for quick and easy joinery. Jay Bates has a easy DIY bar stool video out this week. Check that out. A company called Nice Ash Planes is coming out with a new plane next month. Their website reads, Nice Ash Planes is working to reintroduce tapered blades with cap irons to the world of wooden hand planes. I don't know much about tapered blades. Apparently, there'll be some available in February. Guess what? New t-shirts came in today. This is a cranberry color with white. They will be for sale on my website shortly, hopefully by Friday. These are not the cheap shirts that you get from Cafe Press or these other quick print places. These are actually screen printed. They are screen printed on American Apparel shirts. If you're not familiar with American Apparel, they make the best shirts you will ever wear. They are so soft, they last forever. I'm serious. The best t-shirts you can get. I'm going to be selling these for $16. I only have cranberry. I do have a couple of the gray and black ones left, but only in sizes medium and small, and I only have a couple of those left. They're printed by a local company here called Juke Mode. Check out this link below. They are so good, they're so friendly, and they are way cheaper than a lot of other places. Oh, this is great. Oh, it's so soft. I don't know who's getting this one, but there's going to be a beard hair in it. It's a double XL, so whoever gets the first double XL is going to get a beard hair in there. I know I promised you a shop tour this week. It's been a very busy week. I'm going to try to get to the shop tour next week. That's about it. Be sure to check out my website. Buy yourself a t-shirt. I'm Dave Picciuto, the Drunken Woodworker. Have a good one.
To keep up with me, subscribe to my YouTube channel and follow me on Facebook, Google+, Twitter, Pinterest, Tumblr, Instagram, and Etsy. And be sure to check out my website at drunkenwoodworker.com.